There are secrets that protect you, and then there are the ones that can destroy your life. Not because you intended harm, not because you were reckless, but because you trusted the wrong moment, the wrong audience, or the wrong sense of comfort. The most dangerous information is rarely what others hide from you. It is what you reveal without understanding the cost. History is full of lives altered by a single sentence spoken too freely, a detail shared casually, a truth offered to the wrong ears. In the modern world, that danger has multiplied. We live in an age where attention is constant, where online and offline boundaries blur, and where information never truly disappears. Every detail you release has weight, every word leaves a trace, and most people never see the threat until it is already too late. This is not a story about paranoia, it is about awareness. Because in a world built on exposure, silence has become a form of protection. Stoic philosophy understood this long before social media existed. The Stoics believed that strength was quiet, that control was internal, and that not everything deserved to be spoken. Epictetus warned that freedom belongs only to those who govern themselves, and that includes governing what you reveal. What makes this dangerous is that the threats are rarely obvious. They do not arrive wearing masks. They watch, they listen, they collect fragments. A comment here, a photo there, a harmless story that reveals more than you realize. Over time, those fragments form a picture, and that picture can make you vulnerable, not just to criminals, but to manipulation, jealousy, obsession, and exploitation. Most people believe danger comes from strangers in dark places. In reality, it often comes from familiarity, from people who smile, nod, congratulate, and quietly calculate, from systems designed to reward oversharing, from environments that teach you that visibility equals value. Stoicism challenges that idea entirely. It teaches that dignity does not require an audience, and that privacy is not secrecy but strategy. In this series, we're going to break down 5 things you should never share if you care about your safety, your freedom, or your future. These are not obvious mistakes like passwords or credit card numbers. These are subtle disclosures that slide under your radar, the ones that feel normal, social, even harmless, until they are used against you. Each one has ended lives, ruined careers, and shattered peace in ways that never make the headlines. If this already feels uncomfortable, that is not an accident. Awareness often does. But discomfort is cheaper than regret. Every minute you spend understanding these principles reduces your exposure. Every habit you change quietly strengthens your position in the world. This is not about living in fear. It is about living deliberately. Stoicism does not ask you to withdraw from life. It asks you to move through it with discipline, to choose restraint over impulse, to understand that silence, when chosen consciously, is not weakness, it is protection. The first secret most people expose without thinking is also the one that makes them an easy target. It has nothing to do with technology and everything to do with money, status, and signaling. And once you understand how it works, you will never share the same way again. The first thing you must never share is personal financial information. Not just numbers, not just bank details, but signals. Signals are more dangerous than facts because they speak even when you think you are silent. Most people believe financial danger only comes from explicit disclosures. Salary figures, account balances, debt numbers. That is only partially true. The real risk lies in what your lifestyle quietly announces. A photo of new house keys, a post celebrating a raise, a casual comment about finally being debt-free, a picture of a new car, a renovation, an expensive watch. Each of these seems harmless on its own. Together they tell a story about what you have, where you are in life, and how accessible you might be. In Stoic terms, this is a failure of discretion. The Stoics understood that wealth attracts attention, and attention attracts risk. Not admiration, not support, but calculation. They knew that showing prosperity publicly does not increase security, it reduces it. The more people know about your financial position, the more leverage they believe they have over you. Here is the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. Not everyone who congratulates you is happy for you. Some people do not feel inspired by your success. They feel entitled to it. Others feel resentment. Others feel curiosity that turns into fixation. And some see opportunity. Criminals rarely target those with nothing, and they rarely target those who are untouchably wealthy. They target people in the middle, people with visible gains and limited protection, people who look reachable. Financial oversharing also creates secondary risks. Jealousy poisons relationships. Manipulators adjust their behavior once they believe you have more to lose. Legal conflicts become more complicated. Expectations shift. People assume you can help pay, lend, or tolerate more simply because they believe you have more. All of this begins with information you did not need to share. Stoicism teaches restraint, not because life should be hidden, but because peace must be guarded. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you should live as if your life were already known, yet reveal nothing unnecessarily. That balance is key. You can live well without broadcasting proof. You can succeed without narrating every step. The discipline here is simple but difficult. Learn to deflect gracefully. When asked about money, answer vaguely. Comfortable, stable, doing fine. Change the subject. Celebrate victories privately with people who have earned your trust. Delay sharing major purchases or do not share them at all. Ask yourself before every post, every comment, every casual mention, what am I signaling right now, and who benefits from knowing this? Money is not just currency, it is leverage, and leverage in the wrong hands becomes danger. Treat your financial life the way you would treat the code to a vault, not with fear but with respect, because once financial information is out, you no longer control how it is interpreted, who uses it, or why. Privacy is not secrecy, it is strategy. Silence is not weakness, it is foresight. And when you master this restraint, you are ready to understand the next exposure point, one that feels even more normal, even more social, and often far more dangerous than money itself. The second thing you must never share is your real-time location or your travel schedule. This is where modern life quietly becomes dangerous, because what feels social and harmless is often operational intelligence to the wrong person. Most people do not think of location as sensitive information. They think of it as a moment. A check-in at an airport, a photo from a coffee shop, a story tagged at a restaurant, a caption that says "finally on vacation." But location is not just where you are, it is where you are not. And that gap is where risk lives. When you post in real time, you are not sharing a memory. You are broadcasting a window of vulnerability. You are telling the world that your home is empty, that your routine is predictable, that your movement can be tracked. You are doing the surveillance work for someone else. The most dangerous part is not that strangers might see it. It is that you do not know who is watching consistently. It could be someone you met once and forgot. Someone from your past who never forgot you. Someone who does not comment, does not like, does not engage, but observes. Patterns are built silently. Stoic philosophy places enormous value on unpredictability of exposure. The Stoics believed that a person who controls their movements and reveals them selectively cannot be easily manipulated. Epictetus taught that freedom comes from reducing dependence on external approval. Real-time location sharing is dependence disguised as connection. There is also a deeper psychological trap here. Posting where you are gives a sense of being seen. It feels validating. It feels like participation. But validation is fleeting while consequences are permanent. A routine morning run posted daily becomes a schedule. A favorite cafe tagged weekly becomes a location. A travel story posted live becomes an invitation. This is not paranoia. This is awareness. Studies consistently show that many crimes are not spontaneous. They are planned around opportunity. Opportunity is created by information, and information is most often volunteered, not stolen. Stoicism does not tell you to withdraw from life. It tells you to separate experience from exhibition. You can enjoy a trip without documenting it in real time. You can love a place without tagging it. You can live fully without narrating your movements. The discipline here is timing and restraint. Post after you return. Share highlights once the moment has passed. Speak about routines only with people you trust deeply. Remove location tags by default. Ask yourself before posting, would I be comfortable if the wrong person knew this right now? Safety is not built through fear. It is built through intention. When you guard your location, you reclaim control over your presence. You stop being predictable. You stop being available by default. You move from exposed to deliberate. And once you understand how powerful silence around movement can be, you are ready to confront the next mistake people make. One that feels responsible on the surface, but often creates the most precise vulnerabilities of all. The third thing you must never share is information about your personal security systems or defenses. This includes what you have, where it is, how it works, and just as dangerous, what you do not have. Most people believe talking about security makes them look responsible. A new alarm system, smart locks, cameras, a safe, a dog, a firearm, or the opposite. No alarm needed. Quiet neighborhood. Nothing valuable here. These statements feel casual, even reassuring. In reality, they are intelligence. Security details turn your home from an unknown into a solvable problem. When you describe your protections publicly, you are not deterring danger. You are defining the challenge. You are telling the wrong person exactly what they would need to bypass, avoid, or wait out. Stoicism values invisibility of strength. The Stoics understood that true defense is not advertised. Epictetus warned against unnecessary speech because every extra detail weakens your position. A fortress is safest when its structure is unclear. Once someone knows your defenses, they stop guessing and start planning. There are two common mistakes here. The first is oversharing protection. People proudly post about new systems, joke about where valuables are stored, or casually mention how their house is laid out. This creates a mental map for anyone listening closely. The second mistake is undersharing protection, saying you have nothing worth stealing, saying you do not lock doors, saying you rely on luck or a quiet street. That signals ease. And criminals do not seek drama, they seek efficiency. The danger is not limited to online spaces. It happens at dinner parties, at work, in neighborhood chats, in passing jokes. You assume you are speaking to friendly ears. You forget that not all listeners are equal, and not all curiosity is innocent. From a Stoic perspective, this comes down to restraint and discernment. You do not need to prove you are prepared. You do not need to justify your choices. You do not need to bond through disclosure. The wise person speaks only what is necessary to those who have earned the right to hear it. The solution is simplicity. If asked about security, keep it vague, covered, handled, taken care of. If asked about valuables, deflect, change the subject. If sharing your home online, show beauty without revealing layout, entry points, or routines. Separate pride from exposure. Security should never become performance. The moment protection turns into content, it stops being protection. Your home is not a stage, it is a sanctuary. And sanctuaries are guarded quietly. Once you learn to keep your defenses invisible, you begin to understand a deeper vulnerability. Not in your walls or locks, but in your words. Because the next danger is not about what you own or where you go. It is about what you reveal about your weaknesses and the people you love. The fourth thing you should never share is your personal or family weaknesses. This is where danger stops looking physical and starts becoming psychological. It does not arrive with force. It arrives with information. Most people think vulnerability is always strength. That openness builds connection. Sometimes it does, but only in the right place, with the right people. When vulnerability is shared publicly or casually, it stops being courage and becomes exposure. Health issues, trauma, fear, emotional wounds, loneliness, living alone, fatigue, struggles with confrontation. These details feel human, relatable, honest. But in the wrong hands, they are not empathy triggers. They are leverage. People who intend harm do not always act violently. Many manipulate. They study. They wait. They look for points of least resistance. When you reveal what hurts you, what limits you, or what weakens you, you are handing them a blueprint of how to control you or someone you love. This danger extends beyond yourself. Oversharing about elderly parents, children's routines, siblings with disabilities, or family members who are often alone is not just personal disclosure. It is indirect exposure. You may trust the room. You may trust the platform, but trust is not protection. Stoic philosophy never rejected vulnerability. It rejected careless vulnerability. The Stoics believed wisdom meant choosing the right audience. Epictetus taught that confession without discernment is not virtue, it is negligence. Not every truth needs a stage. Some truths need shelter. The urge to share often comes from pain, from wanting to be understood, from needing relief. That urge is human. But Stoicism teaches pause before release. Ask why you are sharing. Is it for healing or for validation? Is this space truly safe? Has this person earned access to this part of you? The solution is not silence forever. It is selective silence. Share deeply but narrowly. Choose private channels, trusted people, professionals, conversations that do not echo beyond the room. In public, keep your life general. You do not owe strangers your wounds. Strength is not pretending you have none. Strength is knowing which ones to protect. And once you understand how words can expose your inner world, there is one final category that must remain guarded. Not emotional, not physical, but digital. Because in the modern world, identity itself is a target. The fifth and final thing you should never share is information that can be used for identity theft. This is the most silent danger of all because it rarely feels dangerous while it's happening. It feels harmless, casual, even nostalgic. A childhood pet's name, the street you grew up on, your high school mascot, your graduation year, your mother's maiden name mentioned in a comment, a joke about your first car, a birthday post that reveals your age range. One detail means nothing, but enough details create a complete profile. Identity theft is not usually a dramatic hack. It is slow collection. Someone watches, someone saves, someone connects dots you forgot you ever drew. And when they have enough, they don't break in, they log in. Most people think security is about passwords. In reality, it's about what surrounds the password. The background information, the answers to recovery questions, the context that makes impersonation believable. And much of that information is freely given by well-meaning people who think they are just sharing pieces of their story. Stoicism teaches restraint in speech because words have consequences beyond the moment. Marcus Aurelius warned that not everything true needs to be said. In the digital world, this is not philosophy. It is survival. You do not need to announce the platforms you use for banking or shopping. You do not need to participate in public quizzes that ask personal history questions. You do not need to leave old posts online that no longer serve you. Silence here is not secrecy, it is control. A Stoic life is not paranoid, it is precise. You choose what is necessary and release the rest. You lock your front door without fear. You should guard your digital identity the same way. When you protect your data, you protect your future, your finances, your reputation, your freedom. And once those are compromised, they are far harder to recover than material things. These 5 categories are not about living in fear. They are about living with awareness, money, location, security systems, personal vulnerabilities, identity data. Each one seems small on its own. Together, they determine whether your life is protected or exposed. Stoicism does not ask you to disappear from the world. It asks you to stop feeding it information that can be used against you. Strength is quiet. Safety is intentional. Power is selective. In a world that rewards oversharing, discipline is rebellion. Silence is strategy. And discretion is not weakness, it is wisdom.